Okay, good day everyone. Thank you for coming into this YouTube channel, Trade Live with Precise Trader. Today is 25th of September, US session, and we are going to do a focus trading. Okay, do take note of the risk disclosure. Day trading in foreign exchange is risky. Past results are not indicative of future returns. The content on this webinar is mainly educational purpose. Use your information entirely at your own risk, and you must assess the risk of your trade with your broker before you put in your trades. So with that, we move on to our live trades. And what before we go on, let's see the data. Okay, the key data that was out today was Swiss SNB interest rate announcement, which came out to be as expected, and followed by the press conference. Sorry, hold on. Okay, sorry. Hold on. Okay, so press conference. Then from the US, we had the GDP. Okay, GDP, which was forecast was 3.3 and came out to be 3.8. Then we have unemployment claims, which was forecast was 233K and came out to be better than expected, 218K. Then also we have durable goods and orders, which was forecast was negative 0.1% but came out to be 0.4. And also the durable goods orders month on month came out to be, forecast was negative 0.3 and forecast was negative 0.3 and came out to be 2.9. So we have one more data that is going to be out in another 30 minutes, which is existing home sales. Okay, so then as far as the trade is concerned, okay, in fact we took a lot of trades today. In fact, we we were stopped out twice, and we made money twice. So overall, I think we are still positive and we are moving in the right direction. Anyway, I just want to share with you from today onwards. I think I want to be more in detail and focused so that when we trade, so at least we know what we are doing and what is to be expected and how we can manage the trade. So there's only I just want you to do before we take in a trade. Okay, we just want to prepare for the trade. Okay, basically we need to know the trend and the time control. Okay, these are the informations which we need before we move on to the trades. So trend and time control. Then the next one is we would want to know the location. Okay, location means, okay, of course we can have a trend. It can be a pretty vague definition. Okay, because when we talk about trend, we need to know what is the exact time we are focused on. Like for instance, like if it's a weekly trend, then it can be up down up trend, then the daily can be down, hourly can be sideways, so on and so forth. So we got to be very precise in our analysis. So when we do see, because that's what we are going to do from now, I think we want to go on a quality trading rather than quantity. Okay, but of course when we know what we are expected to do, then we can stay on the trend and we stick to our ideas and we play the game in a very clean and straightforward. So at least we don't have any confusion when we put in the trades. So coming back to this, so I'm going to show you a good example today, and of course we are going to trade based on this. And of course I'm going to, because what has happened is, like yesterday I think there was a big drop, and that drop we were anticipating a long time ago. In fact, we do produce a report, and that one we were expecting, but honestly when that move happened, we missed it. So this is what is happening. So to overcome that problem, so we are going to create a view. That means first we know the trend, next is we're going to talk about the location. The next one is, of course, we need to know the prevention means in the event if the trade goes against us, then what is to be expected. Then of course we need to know the benchmark levels, the key benchmark levels for us to get the maximum profit. Then of course we have a re-entry, all those, the one will go in detail. So let's start off. Okay, so right now we have opened this trade, so we need to know what to do, and whether we want to go for a re-entry, or whether we want to make any changes. So let's start off and do the session, so at least we are aware what is to be expected, and how we can trade, how we can manage the trade, and how we can drain the maximum output from the market with the minimum damage. So now when we talk about the trend, okay, since we are doing a focus trading, we don't need to go all the time like weekly, monthly, and so on and so forth. I think our focus trading should be mainly good enough to just focus on the day, and as well as the hourly and 15-minute. So if we know these three informations and the location where the current market is, then we can be pretty sure what is to be expected and what is to be anticipated, and how we can manage. And in the event if we are wrong, then how should we do, and in the event we are right, then how we do the maximum. So let's do this example together, so at least every day we practice this, so at least okay, this is our method, so at least you can also be very clear on what we are expected. Okay, looking at the trend, if I give you in one word, one statement on the trend, this is daily, this is turning down. Okay, the reason is turning down. Why we are saying turning down? Because it's making lower high and lower lows, but of course it has not turned down, but it's just going to be a turning down. So when we look on the hourly, okay, hourly is already turned down. When we look at hourly, usually we refer to 6 hours, 4 hours, 2 hours, the smallest, or sometimes 1 hour, but majority we use a 6 hour time. So when we look at the 6 hours, the 6 hours is telling us this market has already turned down on the hourly. That means a correction down on the hourly has already been started. Okay, has already started. So we are expecting the price to go lower. Okay, we are expecting lower. So what we need to do here is, so this is the benchmark level I was referring to. That means once this level breaks, that means 30, then the next support, we call it a naked support, meaning the straight, whatever the support, so that is going to be about 37.18. So that means if we are holding a sell, we should be expecting or anticipating this low to break, and once this low breaks, we should be expecting this low to be tested, and if it breaks, then we can expect further down. So that means we can get a maximum profit from this trade. So let's quickly take a trade first, then I'll explain in detail, so that I don't want to miss that entry. Okay, because we are already into the trade. So now we are looking at an hourly, so which means to say that this price is going to go further down, okay, for at least for the next 20 minutes. So let's get this trade. Right now this is already breaking this low, so what we can do is we'll try to sell. Okay, we'll try to sell because we are already into the trade. Okay, we are already into the trade, So we are want to go for a add-on entry. Okay, so that means I just want to sell at 30. Okay, I'll just quickly, because I already sold one. So now since I'm going a market entry, so I want to enter a lower volume. Okay, lower volume. Okay, now I'm trying to sell at I'm trying to sell at 30. Okay, 30 with the stop above 36. Okay, let's do this, and the volume should be lower. Okay, lower. So this is going to be a add-on entry. Okay, add-on entry 0.2, selling at 30. Okay, 30 and stop at 36. So I've already entered. Okay, I think the order got filled. So now we are going to go in detail on discussion of this. So before we go on, okay, we also need to do a trade on the gold euro and gold Aussie. Okay, I think let's not chase that. So let's do it slowly. Okay, so we have already entered two trades. So now I'm going to work on the location, and I'm going to give you the projection. That means what is the projection we are expecting on this trade. Then what is the duration we are looking at. That means how long can we give for this price target to be reached. So all this in detail, so we will discuss. So at least when we take a trade, we will trade with confidence rather than just blindly focused on doing things. So now let's go in detail. So now I'm going to discuss in detail what I'm expecting, where is the maximum profit we are looking at, and what are the benchmark levels we are looking at. It's just like, just imagine like you are driving, so driving just in the city area. Okay, we are driving in the city area. So of course I'll give you the scenario, city area, or whether it's going to be in a highway. So when we drive in the highway, we use a different rules, because there's no traffic light, no human interruption, so we will have a different speed, so we can go on full speed. So this is we are going to be in city area. The reason being is until it clears this level, then we are driving in a city area. That means anything can happen. We have to pay attention to the traffic lights. Then we got to see whether to reverse course or change direction. Okay, so right now we have to see this. So now the location wise, okay, I got to give you a location. So when we talk about location, we talk on three different terms, meaning on the daily, hourly, and 15 minutes. So we know exactly where the current market is, so at least we can decide on the price behavior and the price characteristic. So when we look at the location right now, see, this is on the daily. This is within a congestion on between this level and this level. So once this low breaks, expect the price to break further down and go lower. That means 17 is a critical level for us to pay attention based on the daily. Then as far as the 6 hour is concerned, okay, that means this already broke that previous 31 half. So now is giving us the same level. We need to see whether that 17 breaks, and if the 17 breaks, we can expect the price to move further down. Okay, so looking at even the 2 hours is going to give us another 15 minutes of weakness. So this is the key here. So this market, the 15-minute, this 2 hours is going to end soon. So what is telling us is whatever within the next 15 minutes, we try to lock in the profit and to see whether this low breaks, and if it breaks, then we continue further. Otherwise, we may get a pullback. Then we try to go for a re-entry. So now, when we look on the 2 hours, okay, the 2 hours target we are looking for is we should be getting an extension towards 21. Okay, 21. So that means we got to, within the next 15 minutes, we got to take our profit. Then we have to see whether this low breaks. Then if it breaks, then we can hold on to the trade, or we can go for re-entry at a better level. So now coming to 15 minute. So we are into the final 15 minute. So this is a very critical level. So chances are the price may bounce from here, or we may see the price one more 15 minute down move before the market stabilizes. Okay, so now when we look at the 15 minute, so we are still seeing some, and 1 minute also showing us some weakness. So we will try to exit at 22 or 23. Okay, I don't want to wait for further. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to exit at 23 or 23 half because another 15 minutes I don't want to take a chance. Okay, I don't want to take a chance. So this one I want to exit at 23 half, and this one at 24 half, because since I've already entered at a bigger profit, sorry, earlier, so I closed it. So I'll close my trade. So we are closing the trade and taking the profit. The reason being is, okay, we are already out. Okay, we are already out and we just entered at 30 and 23 half. We are already out. So now we will try to go for a re-entry again. Okay, so this is how you can get the maximum from the market. Okay, the reason why we want to exit this trade is, okay, market may stabilize before 17 and the market may pull back again. So then we can go for a re-entry again. So the reason why we took profit, and we have closed at a very conservative level, because we have to wait for the next 15 minutes to give us the clue whether this level is going to be a make or break level, make or break scenario. Okay, if it breaks, then we see further weakness. If it doesn't break, then we might see a pullback. Then the market may break one more time, then eventually we see. So now what we are going to do now is we are going to get a re-entry, and we are going to see two things. One is, in the event if this low breaks, how far can it stretch? That's one. Second is, we want to enter, we want to re-enter at a best level, so that we don't take the risk unnecessarily. So when we take a re-entry, the re-entry also we would be looking for, hold on, I forgot, hold on. Just sorry, forgot to close. Okay, so now the re-entry, what we are looking for is at a staggered levels. So usually we'll try to go for first entry, second entry, third entry, and we will go on do this. So now let's let's project the the price. Once if it breaks this level, how far can it stretch? So now when we look at the day, okay, when we look at the day, okay, if your 17 breaks, we can see the price target towards 3706 or 3708 or 3701 or 3690 by today. Okay, by today. That means by tonight closing, we should be seeing all this as a price target. So now if we use a 6-hour chart, okay, the 6-hour also giving us a similar a projection. So that means what we are trying to say is we have to see whether the 17 breaks, and if the 17 breaks, we can expect a conservative low 12, 8, 0, 6 and 0, 1. These are going to be our price target levels. Okay, so now so this is once it breaks this. Okay, we have another 10 more minutes to see, then after that we see. So now we are going to look at the 15-minute projections as well. Remember, I told you when we want to get a projection, we need to see all the time frames, so at least we can get the best possible directions or the best possible clue. So when we look at on the 15-minute, okay, if this low breaks, okay, if this low breaks, there is a possibility that we should get a 3706, and this should happen before tonight, before 12:45, you know, but 12:45, 1 o'clock, you know, if this level breaks. Okay, now the charts, the signals all are telling us that there is a very high possibility that this low might break tonight, and let's see whether we can re-enter and try to get the best possible. Okay, so hold on, am I showing the wrong chart? Okay, just give me a minute. I think I'm sharing the wrong chart. Sorry. Okay, so now so now this is the price target we are looking. So now how can we re-enter is, I want to go for a sell and I want to see whether this low breaks. That's one. If it breaks, then I want to exit at 370607 or 3701. Okay, so now where is going to be my entry, and where I'll try to enter in different levels. Okay, different staggered levels. So now if you see, now your 32 now will become a resistance. Okay, your 32 30 half 32 will become a resistance, and if that breaks, then we should see the extension towards 40. Okay, 40. So I'm going to have two entries. One is selling at 32, another one is selling at 40, and my stop loss would be beyond 40. Hold on. So beyond 46 half and 43 half. Okay, then the TP would be, I'll see whether the 17 or 18 holds. If it breaks, then I would want to exit at either 12, 08 or 01. Okay, so these are the three exit levels I'm looking for. So now let's key in this trade. So now when we take a trade, also do remember that, okay, when we have our confidence level is at the peak, then we try to go at a higher volume, and when we are taking higher risk, try to go for a lower volume. And also must also remember that when we take a trade, your entry must be in such a way that the order is getting filled, your exit must be in such a way that the order is getting filled, the stop loss is in such a way that you don't get stopped out unnecessarily, you know, when you are in the trade and you want to be in the trade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell at 30 half. Then for that I'm going to put a stop at $9 above. Okay, then I'll wait to see whether that 17 breaks. So if the 17 breaks, then I'll try to exit at 12 or 08 or 01. So the expiry is, I just want to give 1 hour for this trade. So I want to go for re-entry. Remember, just now we took our profit at 3 half. Okay, 3 half. So when I do a re-entry again at 30 half, that means I save $7. So which is a good deal. Then I want to be in this trade. Then another trade, I want to sell at 36. Okay, 36. That one I want to put a stop at 44. Then one more trade I want to sell at 40 half. For that I want to put a stop above 46 half. So I have 3 entries. So I'll just go on staggered basis. So whichever get filled, then I would want to stay on the trade. So now the next one, I'll try to go slightly higher volume, 36 half. And that one I'll put a stop at 43 or 44, 43 half, about $7. Okay, $7. And the timing is, I'll give about 2 hours from now. So this would be my second entry. And this entry, I would may want to go a conservative target. So that means let's assume that the price doesn't break the current low. So then I'll go for a conservative target on this. So at least I am still in the trade and I try to make that money. Okay. Now the third entry, okay, which is I'm going to go a slightly higher volume. Okay, my order is filled. Hold on. Okay, so now I'm going for another entry, which is 40 half. Okay, 40 half. And the volume, because the volume would always depend on my stop loss. So if I putting a higher stop loss, usually I will try to go for a lower higher stop loss, we go for a lower volume. And if a stop loss is very limited within $5, then we will go for a higher volume. So now this is another entry. I'm going for a third entry, which is at 40 half, stop at 46 half. And that one also I would exit at 23 or 23 or lower. Okay, the reason why we are putting, see, always remember, when we key in an order, we put it in such a way that our order should get and work automatically, take profit without being stopped out in the event if we are right. If we are wrong, then of course we have to pay the price. Then we got to do, and that is what the next step we need to do, a prevention. So this when we say prevention, meanings the movement, once we get stopped out, then we will try to go for a re-entry again. So try to do it systematic so we don't get panic, we don't chase the market, and try to avoid market orders, because whenever we go market orders, we always feel that we are going emotional and we are getting caught and losing money unnecessarily. So now the next trade I want to go is gold euro and gold Aussie. Okay, now when we look at the new time belt has already come into play. Gold Aussie, okay, I want to sell at market. Okay, I'll sell at market. So I'm not sure whether you have a gold Aussie. So I'm just going to sell at market. Hold on. Because I want to be in the trade. Okay. So then gold euro. Okay, gold euro also looking at it, I may want to sell at market also. Okay, sell a small volume. So at market, so at least we are into the trade. Okay, just give me a minute. I just want to sell that as market also. Okay, so we are taking this. So now let's do that gold US. Then we try to work on this. What are the levels? What we are looking for, and what can be anticipated. Okay, so now let's change the screen. So I need to put a stop for this. Okay, I'm going to put 3201. Okay, the TP I'm going to work later. Okay, then this one I'll put a 57075. Okay, so at least about $6 to $7 higher. So we are being in the trade, then we don't miss the opportunity. So now let's go and discuss the the gold US again in detail. So if the price is not able to break higher, then most likely we may see the price testing the low. Okay, so if I don't get the second entry filled, then I may want to I think I put my TP at 3712. So that means I'm expecting the low to break. So now let's do a detailed analysis on this. So now currently, if you look at the location of this chart on this 15 minute, right now this is in a congestion on the 15 minute. So if we are right, as long as the price doesn't break above 42, 43, we should see the price current 15 minutes, we should see the price testing this low. And if it breaks, then we should see the price breaking this low and go towards 3712, 3708, 3705 and 3701. So that target will all depend on the time control. Okay, the time control meaning to say that, okay, right now we are getting a new 2 hours chart that is in control. So right now this is trading below the open and is trading coming down. So which means to say that this weakness is expected to last for at least for another 2 hours. And as long as the price doesn't go above 35, we should see the price testing this low and this low. And there is a high probability that this low might break. Okay, might break. But of course, we got to stay focused. Then we would see how we can get the best results from this. So here, so now when we are doing a prevention or a preservation, that means we must always remember that nothing is guaranteed until the TP is taken. So if the TP is not taken, you can expect the market to bounce any moment, reverse any moment, kick you out, anything can happen. So we have to manage the trade until we see the profit is taken. Okay, that means we got to do. And also remember that we should be going for the maximum profit when we are right, and when we are not sure, then we will try to exit with the minimum profit. And when we have confidence, stay in the trade, so at least we can get the maximum from the market. So now the how can we do that? Another way is we look at the 1 minute chart. You see here, if your 1 minute is able to break this low within the next 15 minutes, then this is going to continue lower. But if let's say it's making a higher low and this high breaks, then chances are we are going to get a pullback. Then the market, the breaking the low can be postponed or delayed, or it may not happen. So we got to be very careful, very alert, and quickly try to exit with the profit. And especially when we are not sure, then we'll try to exit. If we are sure, then we try to hold on with the trade. So we have we are also seeing that 15 minute is right now, this is we have 9 more minutes left, and this is also showing a weakness, and we need to see this low break on the euro, and we need to see this low break on the Aussie. Then definitely for the US we can also see that low breaking. Otherwise this may be in a consolidation, then it may go back to the consolidation again. So we got to be very alert and see how we can manage this. So now let's concentrate on this, since we are concentrating on the gold US. So we have 8 more minutes. We should not see this high break. That means if the 35 breaks, it's a warning that this market, this is not going to see the weakness. And on the other hand, I think we have a sell order at 36.5. So if you see on the 1 minute, there is a huge congestion. Remember, I told you, just imagine as if you are driving. So when you see this, there is going to be a traffic jam here. So then we cannot expect the price to break higher unless, if it's really got strength to break. Otherwise, we can hold and we can get the maximum. You see the gold euro, I think, is already coming off. Gold Aussie is also coming off, test the low, and I have 7 more minutes. So there is a very likely chance that this low is going to break, and I want to stay in the trade, and I don't want to take my profit right now. Okay, let me share the screen again. So I think we are in the right direction. So we just have to see, wait for another 6 more minutes. As long as we don't see any strength, we see whether the low breaks. If the low breaks, we can get big profit. If it doesn't, then we got to close the trade. Then we look for a re-entry again. So now we look at another, we wait for 6 more minutes, and looks like the gold US is holding, because that is not moving that much. But the gold euro and Aussie are giving us a bigger profit. Okay, so let's wait for another 6 more minutes and see whether the low breaks. Since the price has already in my favor, okay, I want to revise my stop to 93 or 96, this one. So here we lower it to 93. Okay, 93 half. Then the same thing, this one also, I think I can lower it to 98 or 96 half, and see whether the low break. So now my risk is on control, so my risk is in full control. So even if it bounce, so at least I can wait, then I can go for a re-entry again. Okay, but now I got to see whether another 5 minutes to see how is the closing going to be. Okay, now let's see the gold US. Because remember, this 15 minute is very critical, because this is the first 15 minutes of the new time belt. Always the first 15 minutes and the last 15 minutes are very critical. So we got to be very careful. And of course, if the first 15 minutes is showing strength, then it may continue until the end of the time belt. So that is the thing we got to take note. So right now, I think we are seeing some consolidation, but it's not a good sign. We need to see this low break, then we can stay comfortably. But right now, this is moving back to our cost level or cost price, so which is at 30 half. So let's see this. But I mean, as long as still it doesn't break that 34 or 36, okay, we can still expect it to down. But only the current price action, it might be showing some strength. So we just have to hold on to the trade and see whether this low breaks. So you are sitting in the driver's seat. This is what is expected from you. So look at, just pay attention, just together with the time and the 1 minute, 15-minute chart. Then we can decide whether we want to hold the trade, whether we want to take a loss, whether we want to go for a re-entry. All this can be decided just by looking at the chart. So now we are seeing some weakness, some strength, and we are still not out. I wouldn't say we are still, I mean, we are into the danger zone. I don't think we are still in the danger zone. We are still in the safe zone, but the odds doesn't seem to be right. So that's the only thing we got to see, because if you look at this signal, your 1 hour is still showing weakness. Okay, this is trading below the open, and this is showing weakness. Your 15-minute, this is still in a consolidation phase. So the next move is most likely this low might break, or we may see a pullback stronger. Both are possible at this moment. So if you feel you cannot take the risk, then I suggest you try to take your profit within the next 1-2 minutes. Then the next 15 minutes is very important, because the next 15 minutes might be a green candle, because the pattern here that is showing is red, green, red. So the next one is most likely green, but I don't think it will go beyond 42. Okay, so that is the thing we are anticipating, and let's see how how this responds. Then we would see how we will try to take the maximum. See, sometimes this is there is no perfect answer to this. So sometimes you feel that the break is going to happen, it may not happen. So you see the thing. I think the Aussie, I think we got stopped out. Okay, we got stopped out. So the gold Aussie, it went to 96. Just now we closed at 96 half. So now we got to go for a re-entry. We have to plan for a re-entry again because sometimes when we reduce the risk, it will be once we are closed, we can always go for re-entry, so we don't have to be very emotional. As long as you enjoy the game, and you know what you are doing, you can just stay with the trade, and you can just monitor, so now let's see the the next 15 minutes for gold US is important. Okay, I've not closed the trade yet. Like as I said, I'm still waiting for this next 2 hours. Okay, within the next 2 hours we should see the price testing the low. Okay, so we are still positive, so we still want to be in the trade. The only thing is the gold Aussie, I think we are a bit unlucky. We just got stopped out at 96, and I think it dropped another $6. So that is a bit unlucky. But sometimes we cannot be so accurate, and especially when you want to have your risk management under control. I think this is something which we got to mentally prepared, and we have to pay the price. So now we are into the second 15 minutes of the new 1 hour. This is still consolidating within the range. So I don't think we are in a panic stage yet. Okay, if this low doesn't break, then I think then we should see the price moving higher. Okay, so we will just wait to see how. Remember, I told you this is the green candle which we are expecting now. So let's see how the market responds. Since this is showing not much movement, I may want to close my gold euro. Okay, I think I may just want to, I think it's going to get stopped out. So I just want to hit. Okay, anyway, it's already got stopped out. So then I got to go for a re-entry again. Okay, so let me close this. Okay, so now let's go for a re-entry again on the gold euro and gold Aussie. So the gold US, I'm still holding the trade because I'm going to fight for this. So I'm going to go for another entry at 36 half if I get it, or even 40 half. Okay, I'm still bearish as long as the price is below 48 half. So we just want to wait to see, then we'll try to go for a re-entry again. So now while we are waiting, let's do this Dow and the gold euro and gold Aussie. Okay, one more round. Okay, now looking at the gold euro. If let's say the 95 breaks, we should see the price heading towards 98 or 200. Okay, so this is not giving us the drop we are expecting. If you see this pattern, every 1 hour, is just trying to come, then towards the end, is trying to pull back, and this is happening for the last 4 hours, so which is not a good sign. So We'll try to sell at 3,200 and put a stop above 3205 or 06. Then the TP I want to exit at 90. So that means there's a $10 move we can anticipate on this market. The same thing for gold Aussie. Okay, try to sell at your current high is 5704. So we'll try to sell at 5708. Then the TP should be at 5690. So that's about $18 move. So let's key in these two trades. Okay, just now was 3200. Okay, this is a second entry I put in. Okay, so let's put in a new trade. Selling at 3200, stop at 3206 half, TP at 3190. Okay, expiry 1 hour from now. Okay, so I'll just put it as expiry. So this is going to be my entry for gold euro. Then the gold Aussie, okay, 570, we'll put it as 5705 and reduce the volume. Okay, put at 5713 and 5692. Okay, we'll just go for a very conservative. So this one also will give about 1 hour. Okay, so we have two entries, low volume, because the reason being is market is a bit choppy and quite close, so we don't want to go for a bigger volume. Now let's do the Dow while we are waiting for the gold US. Okay, the gold US, now the 36 half is going to get filled. Okay, 36 half is going to get filled. Okay, let's see whether any changes we need to do. Okay, maybe I want to raise it to 38 half. Okay, see whether we have time. Okay, so I've raised it to 38 half, and this one I want to raise it to 40 half. So you see the difference, the 38 half I'm going a slightly higher volume, and this one is low volume, so I can afford to increase the that's a risk of about $10, which is I'll be losing about $200. But if let's say this trade comes in and turns, then definitely it would be a positive reversal. So let's wait to see, since we have another 30 more minutes of this strength, so we don't want to get it caught earlier. Okay, so now you see the Aussie, I think, is also going to get filled 30 minutes, so let it work. Now let's go for the Dow. Then do the same scenario. Remember, I told you just now, we need to know the trend, we need to know the location, then we need to know the immediate we call it a pivot high, pivot low, which is the immediate high and low, for us to use that as a guidance. Then of course then we go on the entry. So if you look on the daily, okay, let's do it from the weekly. Okay, the weekly is showing the market has made a high, is a failure, then the market is going to test the low and now is having a pullback. So most likely the target we can expect is 45,800, provided that 45,870 breaks, okay, 800 or even 650, okay, provided this low breaks. Then when we look on the daily, okay, daily target or daily low, we are anticipating is 820 and 740, but the low was 885. Okay, the low was 885. So sometimes, you know, the price may have turned before the market touched the low. So now if you look at it, now I think we are getting a more or less a clear signal when we scroll down. So now if we are planning to sell, we can sell near 140. 140, exit at 950, and if this low breaks, then we can expect 820 or 740. So we try to sell at 140. Okay, now let's see the 15 minute. Okay, the 15 minute, this is also giving us the market should be, the location is telling us should be turning before 160. Okay, 160. So now I think we already got all the answers we wanted. So we just need the stop loss. Okay, the stop loss we'll put as 290. Okay, 290. So I just repeat, selling at 150, stop at 290, TP at 45,940. So that means we are looking about 180 to 200 pips of movement. So let's put in that trade. Okay, half. $140, $290, and 45,950. Okay, expiry 2 hours from now. Okay, so now I think the gold just now 36, from there it turned, you know. So let's go and see the gold. I think we shouldn't have cancelled the trade. Okay, let's see that again. Yeah, I think we put 36 half. I think even if we put 36 half, this order wouldn't have got filled because the high is only 36.3. So the order wouldn't have failed. So let it work. It's okay. Let it work. So now we need to put another entry for the Dow. So if let's say we are looking for another entry, that would be extension of this level, which is 330. Okay, 330. Then hourly we can expect extension of this level about 280. So 280, we can put a stop at 395. Okay, 395. So if you're selling at 280, then your 105 would become the support. Okay, so now how can we place this order? Okay, selling 280. So this round I'll go for a higher volume, 395 and 105 should be 110. Okay, so this one we can put this as a day order. Okay, so we have another entry. We're trying to sell at 46,280, okay, which is a one lot, and stop at 395 and the TP at 110. Okay, so this is a different entry level we are looking at. So now let's go and see the gold US. So your 1 hour, this is still down, okay, still down. So we can expect this price to be consolidating between this low and this high for the next 15 minutes or 1 hour. So we don't see any big movement is going to happen until this low or this high breaks. Until then I think this is going to be in a consolidation. So if that is the case, I may want to let's wait to see. Okay, maybe the TP I may want to revise it, but it's only 20 half is put. Okay, so maybe if that's the case, then this TP has to be revised to 22. So if your 18 breaks, then only we are going to see the price moving lower. If not, this is going to be in a congestion or range until the breakout happens. Okay, anyway, let's I think the Dow we have 2 orders. Okay, Aussie we have 2 orders. Okay, this Euro we have 2 orders. Okay, gold US, okay, we have another 2 more orders, 3 more orders, and this is in the event if it breaks the high, today's high, because today's high let me see. Okay, the today's high was 61 half. Okay, today's high was 61 61 half. By the way, I just want to tell you one more thing. For those of you who are using TradingView, okay, we are publishing the report, which you may want to also look into it and consider your trading, okay, which might also help your decision. Okay, this report was published this morning, Singapore time, 11:45 SGD. Okay, SGT, meaning Singapore time 11:45. And we were saying that this is the trend. I just quickly run through this so at least you have some idea on this. So this is a weekly uptrend while above 3680 and 3625, and daily is turning down below 3780 and 3790. 15-minute is in a correction down below 73 and 83, and 15-minute, this is also there is a critical level which we need to pay attention. So the daily boundaries, that means we are not expecting the high to be going beyond this level for the high, and the low is, these are the levels which we are expecting, provided that 17 is break. If it breaks, then we should see this Just now I was sharing the chart with you. So as far as the trading outlook is concerned, we were expecting, this is in the morning, we were quite a choppy session until this break. Okay, consolidation is expected until 6 o'clock. Okay, bearish buyers, if this holds, target this, and above 80 and 90, then we are expecting the price to test the highs again. So this, for as far as the location is concerned, so this was the hourly between this level in the morning at the point when we were publishing the report, and we were expecting this downside view, and this also we are giving you the uh, the ideas, the trading thing, so that means we go for a cautious sell morning at 46 to 48, stop at 54 half, then the TP was 37, 20 and 18. But of course, if it breaks that 17, then we're expecting the price to go lower. Then we had another sell order which is selling at 52, 54. I think this was a good trade because the high was only 61 half. So this trade would have really given you the profit, what we are looking for. And of course, we have an aggressive sell in the event if it breaks high, then probably we want to sell near 68 and 70, stop above 78, and this should be your TP. So these are the tips which we are giving. So especially if we are having trading view, try to get this report, and every day we do publish this report for you to have some guidance and some tips. Okay, now before we end the session, let's look one final attempt. So here we are still like as we suggested. Okay, right now the location is, the market is trading within the 15-minute high and low between 36 and 21, and expect this to be continued for the next at least another 30 more minutes. Then after which we feel that this low might break, this low might break, and this low might be tested. So if it happens to be, if this low breaks, then we can expect the price to move further down. Okay, so this is the very clear view and analysis which we just want to share with you. So every day we just need to get all this information, the trend, the direction, and the time, of the trend which we are looking at, then the location of the market, where it's trading now, what is the critical high and critical low, until, as long as the price doesn't break this level, then what would happen. Then of course, once it breaks, what happens, and if it doesn't break, then what happens. So at least you can get yourself prepared mentally, what is to be expected. If this happens, then what you should be doing. If this doesn't happen, then what you should be doing, and you can mentally prepare yourself and trade with confidence. So slowly, I think we will try to keep this, and when we of course, it's so unfortunate that whenever we sit in front of the screen, the market is getting in a caught. Like yesterday, we didn't do the session. Yesterday, we had a break. So let's see how tomorrow. Then, if really we can get a break, then at least we can see a big profit coming in. Okay. I think that's about it. Thank you for coming, and hope the session was useful to you and you learned something. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Okay. Thank you, and good luck. Thanks. Bye.